I mean, truly dishonest people in the media and the fake media. They make up stories. They have no sources in many cases. They say a source says there is no such thing, but they don't report the facts.
President Trump lashing out at the media this week. Now the media criticizing the different tones the president took in back-to-back speeches this week. The New York Times said, different day, completely different Trump. NPR called him wildly different, and the Washington Post called it Trump's whiplash. President Trump tweeted out this morning, quote, "The fake news is now complaining about my different types of back-to-back speeches." Well, there was Afghanistan somber, the big rally, enthusiastic, dynamic, and fun, and the American Legion, the VA, respectful and strong. Too bad the Democrats have no one who can change tones. Joining me now, my political power panel, Democrat strategist and former member of Hillary Clinton's national finance team. He is Al Mottur. And President Trump Media Advisory Board member Gina Loudon. Gina, your reaction?
I completely agree with what the president said, and I can't imagine anyone saying it better. And he went right back at this narrative that, there's some reason for the president changing tones. The Democrats only wish they had a candidate who could not be plastic and could empathize with the moment, as this president has done. And it's like every time this president gives a speech, Liz, he hands the Democrats a gun and they shoot themselves in the foot with it again. I don't understand.
President Trump says he used different tones, Al, because he was addressing different audiences. What do you think of that?
I mean, technically it's true, Liz, but he's the only one shooting himself in the foot. I mean, he has very little credibility when it comes to his rhetoric. It's nice that he gave a good speech talking about love and unity a couple days ago, but it's really hard for people to believe that speech when a week ago he was sowing hate and division and propping up with his words white supremacy. So he lacks credibility, and his rhetoric is if I can just finish, his rhetoric
Gina, hang on a second. Let Al finish, and then I'll let you have a go.
His rhetoric is schizophrenic in that he sows hate and division and attacks his own party one night, and then the next day gives a great speech, but it's hard to reconcile those two things coming out of the same person's mouth.
Okay, Gina, go.
You're Exhibit A as to how disconnected the Democrat Party is with the American people. Don't forget that the things that the president is saying right now are reflective of what the American people believe. This isn't the president standing up there. So if you're going to call the president names like a racist, like a white supremacist, like a
I didn't call him those things.
First of all, I'd like to know if you're qualified to diagnose our president sitting right here on national television. I'd like to know if you're qualified to make that diagnosis, number one. But number two, you are calling the entire proximity of Americans who voted for him all of those names as well.
All right, go ahead, Al.
Here's the deal. The American people want someone in the Oval Office with a calming presence who's a caretaker. They don't want an agitator-in-chief. And right now, that's what we have.